Hi, second grade. It's almost the weekend. Before we enjoy a weekend, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about sentences. So what is a sentence made up of? Right, a sentence is made up of words. So I have some words here on the board. Let's read it. Is that a sentence? And if it isn't, tell me why it's not a sentence. All right, so it says run can I. That's a group of words. So isn't that a sentence? Oh, okay. So the run can I, that doesn't make sense. All right, can you help me put these in an order that makes sense? Oh, okay. If I write I can run, then that would make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. I can run. All right, class, now it says I can run, and that makes sense. Is it a complete sentence? Oh, it's not a complete sentence? Why not? Oh, complete sentences all need to start with capital letters? I guess I forgot that. All right, so I'll rewrite it one more time. Put a capital letter in there. I can run. All right, now is my sentence complete? It's still not complete. Why not? What is it missing? Oh, it doesn't have an end mark. All right, so I'll go ahead and write an end mark in. Now is my sentence complete? All right. Well, I guess that's why it's so important that we use our hand to check, because instead of writing it 3 times, I could have just written it once and then checked, right? So that's why we always want to make sure we're using our hand to check. Can you remind me, when we're checking our sentence, what are we looking for? All right, so we're looking for the subject, and that is who and what the sentence is about. So in this sentence, I can run. What is the subject of my sentence? Good, it's I, right? There has to be a who or what for the sentence to be about. So here our subject is I. All right, we also need something that happens, right? Which the fancy word for that is our predicate. Good. What is happening in the sentence? Right? Run. So run is our predicate. So we've got 2 things. When we rewrote it up here, we saw that it made sense, right? But we still were missing a few things. What was the first thing towards the beginning of our sentence that we're missing? Good. Every sentence must start with a capital letter. And then what were we missing near the end of our sentence? Good. We didn't have an end mark. All right, so every time that we're writing a sentence, we're always going to write it, and then we're going to go back and use our hand to check it. All right, so I'm going to give you, let's see, this sentence to write, which I know is not as challenging, but it'll give you an opportunity to really make sure you check it and make it beautiful. All right, so the sentence is I can run. So don't start writing yet. Remember, we want to make sure it's in our head before we start writing. So I can run. You can make a picture of that if that helps you. It's really important when we have longer sentences. I can run, you can probably remember by yourself. All right, so what's your sentence you're going to write? Good. I can run. So write that and then use your hand to check it. All right, so nice work with that sentence. We're going to start talking about a couple of different kinds of sentences. If you were at our school last year, then you learned that there are 4 different kinds of sentences, but you probably haven't thought about that in a long time. So we're going to go ahead and review them. So the sentence we just wrote, I can run, let's see, it declares a fact, right? So declare is to say something really strongly and firmly. You will say, I declare that there will be no erasers on our pencils, or so you're saying something. You're making a statement. So the kind of sentence that we just wrote, I can run, is what we call a declarative sentence, because to declare something means to say it. And, oh, it's like in the Declaration of Independence. That's from the same word. And that's when we said, we made the statement to England that you're not going to be in charge of us anymore. We're going to be our own country. So declarative has the same root as declaration because we were making a statement. So a declarative sentence makes a statement. Right, so our declarative sentence makes a statement. And the reason that we want to start thinking about our different kinds of sentences is that they use different kinds of end marks. So what kind of end mark did you use at the end of your sentence? I can run. Very good. You used a period. So anytime you're writing a declarative sentence and making a statement, you're always going to use a period at the end. So if I made the declarative sentence, I am a teacher, what would I put at the end? What kind of end mark? Good, a period. If I said, we live in New Mexico, that's making a statement. So it's what kind of a sentence? Good, that is a declarative sentence. And so what kind of what kind of end mark would we put at the end of the sentence? The declarative sentence, we live in New Mexico. Good, we would put a period at the end of it. All right, the next kind of sentence that we're going to talk about is an interrogative sentence. So interrogative comes from the same root as the word interrogate, right? If you interrogate someone, you're asking them a lot of questions, trying to figure out what's going on. So an interrogative sentence asks a question. All right, so we had our declarative statement before, I can run. An interrogative sentence that we could write is, what can you do? What can you do? So an interrogative sentence asks a question, and we have a special end mark that we use whenever we're asking a question. Tell me if you know what it's called. Good, it's called a question mark. Remember, so let me get another colored pen really quick. All right, so I went and got a different colored marker so we can see. Our declarative sentence, what does it do? Good, it makes a statement. And what kind of an end mark does it get? Good, it gets a period. All right, what does an interrogative sentence do? Good, it asks the question. All right, and what kind of end mark do we use for our interrogative sentence? Good, it is a question mark. All right, so I wrote our interrogative sentence up there. What can you do? That we answered with our declarative sentence, I can run. And we want to see how we make the question mark. I'm sure most of you know we start up here. We go, it's kind of an opposite clock stroke like our number 2. And then it has a little dot down at the bottom. Let's zoom in there. That is our question mark. All right, so anytime we're writing an interrogative sentence, That's a sentence that asks a question. We're going to end it with what kind of end mark? Excellent. We end it with a question mark. All right, class. So now that you know those different kinds, let's practice writing an interrogative sentence. So which kind of end mark will we use at the end of our interrogative sentence? Very good. We'll use a question mark. And after we write our sentence, we're still going to use our hand to check it. It doesn't matter which kind it is. We always use our hand to check it. All right, and I thought we could practice some of our open syllable words that we were using yesterday. So let's write the sentence, why is the tiger sad? Why is the tiger sad? All right, so write that and then check it. Right, so if you're still writing, pause it. Pause the video and finish up your sentence and check it, and then come on back because we'll write one more sentence. All right, our next sentence, we're going to write a declarative sentence. And that sentence is, the sun is fine. So we're practicing one of our silent final E words there. The sun is fine. All right, write it and check it. And then after you've written your sentences beautifully, I hope you have a great weekend.